Okay, this is a fun part of the lesson right now. I'm going to take some time to play for you a little bit of a arrangement. We're taking our tune that we have here, the major seventh white key tune, the piece number 2 here. We have the focus here predominantly on this lesson. If you remember, we were doing the 1/7. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to record kind of a swing version of this, with utilizing some kind of scale motion kind of thing in the left hand, choosing notes in my left hand to play a bass line that are chosen from the scales of these chords. And then later on, I'll play the melody against this with some chords in the left hand, which the chords will be containing parts of the thirds and the fifths, and these elements of the chords of your triads and things we're learning. And I think you'll find that when I do add the melody in, you'll be very surprised at how well it all come together. And then I'll do a string line over and above that, placing the thirds of the chords in, and watch how pretty it just adds this over like kind of like a background, kind of like string sound. And just using the third of the chord, it will support the music really nicely. Okay, let's take a listen. Here we go. It's a lot of fun because I can record things rather quickly here and give you a chance to see how it comes out. Okay, here we go. We're going to start off first of all with a string bass. I'm going to play just bass line figures here. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that was just using all kind of scale motion to add some kind of a bass line there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in, I'll play the melody with the chords, some chords in the left hand, then I'll play something above that. Okay, here we go. I'm recording the second part in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what I'll do here, over and above that, is I'm going to put in some strings for you. Listen to this. I'm going to play the third of the chords here to play over and above that. That cool? Now, what I'm going to do is I can play that back now at even a slower tempo. Watch this, and you can hear the different feeling it takes on when you play it slower. Hear the melody? You can hear the melody. I hear the string line in the background, using important key elements chosen from our studies. Now, what you're going to find too is the strings won't have as much impact on this particular lesson plan here, because I'm putting the thirds in, and the melody is playing the third, a lot in this particular piece that I have here. You have the melodies, the third of the melody, which makes the exercise for your lesson work so nicely because you're putting the third in. So by me putting a third in, I'm actually doubling it, which is traditionally not something you really want to do too much when you're writing music and orchestrating arrangements. So what I would do is I would probably play different kind of figures against it, but it gives you an idea of just the impact of what you're learning during your lessons is very, very valuable and can be producing, more professional kind of be used at a professional level. I mean, I'm playing around here, having some fun, and I'm getting a chance to apply and show you how scales and things are going to attribute to being able to play this this little piece at the presented at a beginning level at a more advanced level now. Okay, it's really a lot of fun. So the big thing here is to understand as you're playing, you got scales. Scales are going to work on your technique. As we saw here, it's working a little bit in like a baseline kind of figures. We'll get into more and more of the specifics on that later on and further studies down the road. But your improvisation can come in with how you would want to arrange that. If you wanted to put in some percussion behind it or some little things or anything, you can come up with all kinds of things. We want to write horn lines behind the melody. It's really important to know the scales and all the notes that fit on the chords and the scales, or in your triad formations and your majors and minors and all that coming up. But right now, I just love the opportunity to be able to show you and share with you what all these topics, how they can all gel together and make something like this sound so good. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, let's move on.